told me that. So now, like,
let me just cling that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Losing You, Gaining Yourself. Hi, I'm Carlin, and my friends call me Cece. Welcome to our podcast, Losing You, Gaining Yourself. This podcast is to help you go from knowing to doing so you can change you to the best version of yourself in your life and lifestyle. I am so happy to be sitting here today. You know, I'm always happy, right? But I am happy because I'm drinking some wine tonight, and I am with my friend Michelle Marshall. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Michelle and I go like way back, and I was so happy that she was willing to come on the show and talk about her journey. So, Michelle, you were feeling really good about yourself, and what is it you just did not really realize?
I gained weight.
Okay, so let's talk about that. You were telling me these wonderful incidents about when you realized you had picked up weight. So let's talk about that.
All right. Well, one of the first things was people offering me clothing.
Oh.
So I had someone, say, I got a bag of clothes. Would you be interested? And I'm like, well, no, but thank you. I just didn't realize, that I probably should have taken those bags of clothes. Another time was a friend's mom. I went over there and she has a closet full of her girls' clothes still. And she's like, honey, let me get you some, jeans and, some shirts. And I'm like, okay. I still it didn't click in my head.
Right.
That I needed a bigger size because I was still wearing the same clothes I was wearing, just really stretching the seams to the limit and didn't realize that.
All right. So after you got a few of these offers, at what point did you say maybe there's something to this?
Started to see myself in pictures.
Pictures don't lie.
That was a big thing. And then I couldn't wear my normal, wedding dress, like the dress I would wear to a wedding, like a black halter specifically.
Okay.
Was like, okay, this is my go-to. I'm going to a wedding or go-to going out, whatever. Wouldn't zip.
Oh, okay. So your formal wear wasn't doing you justice,
no,
huh?
No, ma'am.
Wow. So that's something. Now, how long had it been how long had it been before you started gaining the weight? Let's go back and let's talk about, like, when you were a kid growing up, you were a normal sized kid, you weren't a chubby kid. How was your diet back then as a child?
It wasn't the greatest. My mom worked full time, so she was working. She was a single parent for some years, and she got remarried, but he was working too, my stepdad. So when they weren't home, it was just like me eating basically, whatever I wanted. So a lot of carbs, a lot of bread, a lot of snacks. I remember my brother, when I was in elementary school, he would bring, money to the lunch table, and I thought I was so cool. He'd bring me a couple dollars, and then I'd go and get some Debbie snacks at the store on my way home.
Gotta love little Debbie.
Swiss rolls,
Oh, goodness, you're bringing back memories. I mean, yes, they're from yesterday. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't take me back.
Well, that's awesome. So, well, it's really not awesome. Junk food's not awesome. No. But because you were young, you were able to just naturally burn that off. It wasn't like you come from a family line where in youth, you were thicker in size. So when you got older, how did your dieting change, your eating habits once you were like, out of school and you're in your 20s, and how did that go?
It changed, I'd say, especially, when I was getting ready for my wedding. It was like go to the gym, eat healthy, and then afterward I tried to keep that up. And I think it was still a struggle though, the food, because I was working out. I've always, been physically active, I guess. And but it really didn't click in my head till like a few years ago about the food and what kind of food and how much food I was actually eating. So I do good and then fall off, and then do good and fall off. So
Okay. So let's talk about that do good and fall off. What types of things did you do when you were doing good? As far as losing weight, what was effective?
What portion control. So what I learned was writing down everything that I ate did work. I would hear that over and over. People say, keep a food journal. And I'm like, who wants to do that?
It's a lot of work.
It really is, because if you're eating a lot, then it's like, I got to write this cookie down. I got to write this. It's like you have to write everything down. So I did it, and I did it electronically on my phone. It was easier to just, put in what I have for breakfast and a snack and lunch. So it really gave me perspective on like what I'm eating. It really helps you to see that you're eating too much.
Right. Because a lot of times, I know with me, I'm a bored eater. So you don't realize, that you're eating or how much you're eating, because it's kind of like a mindless thing.
Yes.
I've got a break. Now, what do I do with it? Let me get some potato chips out of the vending machine. And then you're crunching on that. And then, hour, 2 hours later, what else can I eat?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can definitely understand that. So now that you've gotten to that point where you realize that you needed to write down what you ate, and that helped you see what you were putting in your system, what did you do to counter it? I mean, where was the mindset at this point as you were realizing these different things that were affecting your body?
I was not getting the results, so I was putting in a lot of physical work, like working out, and not really getting as far as I felt like I should, because I was really working hard. And
now, what kind of working out were you doing?
Well, I like to work out at home, so cardio and some weight training, running. I pick up running here and there. I pick it up, and then I stop for a while and pick it up. It's like a love-hate with running, but I always seem to go back to that. So just not getting the results. And really with running, it helped me realize it, because whatever you have the night before affects your performance in the morning. So if I was out late on a Friday and eating a lot of junk, and then Saturday early morning I'm going to go for a run, I'm really heavy and I'm not performing, so my body is not doing what it's supposed to do, because I didn't put the right things in it.
Right.
So that clicked.
Because like with every athlete, they have a particular diet that they go on to get the effect that they want, Right. So that goes with even like losing weight. If you're going to put those movements in, you got to make sure you put the right fuel in to get the right positive effects. Now, at what point did you get to where you decided, I got to get serious about this? I've got to really start studying my body, the effects of things, and make the lasting changes.
I think it had to be when I started running. So a few years ago, when I started running, that's when I really saw what I was putting into my body was not helping me perform. So that was when I kind of got the mindset, because really you have to make your mind up to do it. It's really a mental game with food and making sure that you're eating the right things. You have to set your mind to do it. So that wasn't the easiest thing, but I just committed and been trying ever since. I tried a couple different things. Like I was doing no dairy for a little while, just to, be more conscious of what I'm eating. It was kind of like I do these things to see if I can do it. And then I follow through and see, how I feel and things like that. So, I mean, no dairy was really a challenge because everything has dairy in it,
Yeah.
is what I realized. So I was having to read all the labels and make sure that this didn't have dairy in it, and just to
That's
be
a
more
lot of work.
conscious.
Yeah. It's a lot of
more
work.
conscious.
Reading labels
Mm-hmm.
is a lot of work in itself. And so you're reading labels, you're writing stuff down,
Mm-hmm.
you're being conscious of how what you do eat affects your body.
Right.
And all this plays a factor in that whole mindset thing because it's a continual processing of information. Mm-hmm. And that's part of the whole game. So where were you when you were at your heaviest?
My heaviest was about 192.
Okay. And so where are you right now?
151 I weighed in last week.
Awesome.
Can't tell you what I am today, but
well, I'm sure you didn't gain 30 pounds
probably
in
not.
a week. But that's pretty awesome. And where are you looking to head now?
Maybe 10 more pounds, to give me some room
to play with,
to fluctuate a little bit, because that's what our bodies do.
That's true.
It depends on what time of the month or whatever, so it just depends.
Exactly.
Have a little room to play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's a very reasonable goal, because you're what, 5'7"?
5'4.25".
Okay, so you're not 5'7".
I've been saying 5'5" for the longest, and I'm like, wait, 5'4.25" is closer to 5'4".
Yeah, because I do that. I'm 5'4.5".
Okay.
So every time I say 5'4.5", they're like, okay, we're gonna put 5'5".
Exactly.
Like, I'm not 5'5".
Right. Like I gave myself more, and you're like, yeah. So 5'4". Yes,
Okay.
5'4.25".
So yeah, so that's a good weight. Yeah, definitely, because you still, you are an hourglass shaped woman, so it's not like, you're gonna become invisible.
Oh, I can't. Like, I'm afraid that I might lose something. I don't want to lose too much.
Right.
So I want to be toned. I want to, still have a shape though.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of being women. We come in so many sizes, as far as, curviness, as far as athletic bodies, there's just so much range to femininity.
Yes.
And it's a wonderful thing, and we can have the body we want. It's just a matter of working at it, getting it there, and being grateful for health, because that's where it's at.
Exactly.
Being healthy. So you're right now working a wonderful program. I watch Michelle a lot of times on my Instagram, because she does these videos, and she is working her behind out.
Yes, I'm trying.
So she does these great boot camps, and you also do some coaching and mentoring. So it's a positive thing that's helping you and helping other people. So why don't we talk about this program? Where did this program start at? And, tell us about the people and what you're doing.
Okay. So I saw this girl on Instagram. That's how it really all started.
Kind of love social media.
Exactly. I was kind of like incognito on Instagram, following some fitness people.
Awesome.
And I saw her, and she was offering this free clean eating group. And so I was like, oh, I want to email her. I want to do it. So I emailed her, and she actually emailed me back.
Imagine that.
Exactly. And I got put in the group and did that for a week. And she was the health coach with Beachbody. So after that, there was like another, group coming up that she was doing that was more of working out instead of just clean eating or working out too. So I got a program and started doing it and signed up as a coach. It was like boom, boom. Like I just signed up because just to see like a community of people that are really working hard and working on themselves and wanting to help other people while they're doing it was amazing to me. And also just, hearing you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be at your goal in order to help somebody else. was really encouraging to me. So it was just like something I just jumped into, and I've been doing it for a couple months now, and I'm just really excited about it.
Awesome. So how many people you have on your team so far?
So I'm helping 2 people right now.
Okay.
So I'm still new.
That's good though. I mean, just even to get anyone on, on board and to have, partners to work with, that's encouraging for you. It's encouraging for them. And there's a lot to be said for that. So how long do you stay their buddy, their coach, mentor?
As long as they want me.
Okay. So it's kind of like an AA program for weight. That's pretty good.
I'm your sponsor.
I love it.
So as long as you showing up, some people drop off the face of the earth, but as long as you're around, I'm around.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's really helping me to like stick to what I said I'm gonna do, and like stick to my workouts and be an example, because really, in order to help people, you have to help yourself. So that's what I'm working on.
That's really why I started this podcast and this series, because I've gotten to that point where I'm like, I'm just sick of being fat, and I'm getting unhealthy, and every week now I'm talking to people and I'm getting inspired, and I'm helping myself keep my focus on what I'm putting into my body and meal planning. And so I've been real successful with that. And so this has been really wonderful, listening to wonderful people like you and Dave and Robert, Marissa and Tangia, and so far it's been pretty darn awesome. So great. I am glad to see that there's programs out there that people can get on, with Instagram and so forth. And there's no excuse. There's no reason. You can always get a buddy. I always say that, I want to pay a fitness person to help me out or whatever. But it's like, nowadays you don't have to. There's just so much material out there, and videos and just teams, and you can work with people for free, to get you to your goals. But you just got to get that mindset. You got to want to do it.
Exactly. And I just literally roll out of bed in the morning.
That's nice.
Do my workouts. Like, I have all my trainers, they're on the screen, but they're there with you doing it. And so I'm, able to still train and get the results without, having to drive to the gym. No offense to anybody who drives to the gym, because some people have to get out of their houses to work out.
Right.
I get it. Me personally, I don't want to have to do my hair or anything else.
Shower, put on any lipstick. I think I need another sip of wine. Hold on here. Yeah, this is good stuff. Work out at home. With your working out at home, you're doing videos, I take it? Let's talk about your favorite videos and the ones you like, why you like them, the ones that are most effective.
Well, the one I'm working on now, I'm really loving. It's weight training.
Okay.
And it's something that is challenging to me, but it's going to help me, and I know it's going to help me master.
Who's the coach in the video?
The pull-up bar. One of them is Autumn Calabrese.
Okay.
Now, she does different workout programs, like 21 Day Fix is one of her popular ones that people know her for. And then I can't pronounce his name. I don't want to butcher his name, but there's a guy on there too. Okay. And so they work together. So he's the hammer and she's the chisel. So you get the strength and you get the, toning. Awesome. So you're not bulky. You're just, slim and trim.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I'm really loving that right now.
Yeah. Now, do you have any for that you love for burning calories?
Yeah, I just actually completed Core de Force, which is like a MMA style, kind of like kickboxing.
Ah, yes, my favorite form of working out.
That's one of my first real workouts that I've ever done, like younger, when I was younger, is kickboxing. So that was something that I really enjoyed to burn, because you really do sweat a lot. Just you figure you're just doing, kicking and punching combos, but you're really sweating.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that.
Kickboxing for me was like a revelation. Because I had grown up through the age of jazzercise. You know, you got your leg warmers, your head bang, your wrist bang, you know, and they're all coordinated and you're dancing around and kicking and you just, I don't know. I always thought jazzercise was kind of silly, and it really got silly once when I went to a nightclub and I saw this girl dancing her jazzercise routine on the dance floor, and I knew then I would never jazzercise ever again. And it was better because I'm not a good dancer.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just like she wasn't a good dancer even at jazzercise, and it was like, that's not the way to go.
Did you see yourself when she was dancing? Did you see?
I did. And I saw enough to know that that's not something you do in public.
Yeah.
You definitely do that at home.
The door closed.
Yeah. But I did get into kickboxing, and I liked kickboxing because it was a 1-2, and the most you got was 3-4 kind of rhythm. And I could count to 4.
Yes.
And it wasn't complicated, and I didn't have to spin and turn and duck and do all this weird stuff, you know. It was just jab, jab, hook, you know, kick, you know, this way or that way. And you and I took a kickboxing class.
Yes,
that was 40 minutes. And I loved it. It was like before I knew it, the class was over. It was the first time I enjoyed being with a bunch of people working out. You know, it's because nobody looked bad. Nobody looked stupid. You know, it was just like, even if you just threw a half a punch, it was just the fact that you put your arm up there and you threw a punch, you know. So you didn't have to have any kind of rhythm or style or finesse.
Right. Nobody was judging you.
Exactly.
Just having fun.
Yep. So yeah, I love kickboxing. That's my go-to. Yeah, Billy Banks.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh yes, Billy.
He's awesome.
I had those on VHS.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them. Billy Blanks and Banks. I'm sorry, Billy Blanks.
That was his name, Billy Blanks.
Oh, it is Blanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked him.
Yeah.
And Denise Austin, she was one of my favorites. I got a little bit into Julianne Michaels.
Oh yeah.
But
what about Zumba?
I have never done Zumba.
Now that's pretty fun.
My cousin, who I live with, she loves Zumba.
Oh yeah. If you get a great instructor to do Zumba, it is amazing.
Is it? No, I like salsa dancing.
Yeah. So depending on your instructor, you like Zumba.
Okay.
I think it.
Okay. Well, you'll have to find a good Zumba instructor and let me know, because I like. Now I've got a friend of mine who's getting into spinning, spinning, and I have bad knees, so spinning is not something that I would ever get into doing. But I've always wanted to, because they just look so fierce on that bike.
That it would affect your knees.
Yeah, but because of the arthritis and the cartilage is gone, the movement of the knee and the joint. So yeah. Now, Marissa, when I talked to her, she talked about the importance of drinking water. How important is water to you, with your weight loss and working out, and how much water do you actually feel necessary for you in a day?
Well, it's greatly important to me. I've learned that from my mother, because that's all she drank was water. And so I try to at least do half my body weight in water a day.
Whoa.
Yeah.
In ounces or?
In ounces.
Okay.
Yeah, in ounces.
Okay.
On a good day, I could do a gallon.
Okay.
And it's pretty easy. Add some lemon to it. Do half, while I'm at work, and then the rest when I get home.
I actually did one day. I have a jug of 32 ounces. And I did 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, and I got my gallon in.
Yes.
So, yeah, when you do it that way, it's not as challenging, but...
Yeah, like try to do half, while you're at work, and then the rest when you get home, or the majority while you're at work. So then it's not too late in the evening when you're at home, because then you're waking up at night like me.
Going to the bathroom 1,000 times in the night. Yes, trust. I know all about that.
But that's my beverage. I have to make sure that I have on a daily. I don't buy pop and juice on a norm unless maybe we have some people over and we buy it, or I just need that little fizzy something. If I do, sometimes I'll do like the is it seltzer water?
And that's kind of key. People don't realize it's like if you don't want to eat it, you can't bring it in. If you don't want to drink it, you can't bring it in, because that sugar is gonna be the first thing you run to.
That's the key. Do not bring it in the house. I do not.
Yep. And I have what I treat myself, and when I eat food, I treat myself to cold water, ice and cold water, and otherwise I drink slightly above room temperature.
Okay.
But my treat is that nice cold water, and that's that's how I don't put like fruit or anything in it, but I do like fruit and stuff in it. But I don't want to just buy fruit just to put it in my water, because I'm not going to eat it because I don't like fruit. So
what about lemon?
Yeah, I've done lemon, but again, lemon ends up molding because I'll
How
do
long
it
do
for.
you keep the lemon?
Well, what happens is I'll buy a bag of lemons, right? And then I'll get one lemon and I'll cut it up, and it'll last me like 2 days.
Okay.
And then I'm done with lemon.
Oh.
And
well, then you need to buy one at a time.
Right,
Wasteful.
right. I totally understand that concept. But I also have to do it when I'm in the mood for lemon, because even that one lemon will sit and rot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not good with fruit and water.
It's good. Okay, so another thing that
I do like cucumber though.
Oh, do
cucumber
you?
water.
Okay.
Love cucumber water.
See, I'm good. I just down it. So like in the morning, what I started doing is just downing a bottle of water. And I heard, just do that in the morning.
That I do.
Dehydrated.
Exactly.
Really, you are dehydrated overnight. Dehydrated. Yeah. That sounds funny when I'm saying it. Dehydrated. Dehydrated overnight.
Yeah.
So in the morning, I am super thirsty.
Yeah, and I'm in the same way because it's always so warm up here in my room, and so I wake up just like parched, and I head straight to get me a nice tall glass of water, and I have to do it early because I don't want to end up on my way to work and have to go to the bathroom. So I have to do it real early so I can let it out.
Yes.
Before I leave. So yeah, water is a good thing. And I also find like if I do ever drink juice, I fill the glass up halfway with water and then I pour juice in.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, and then I don't get all that sugar, but I get the thirst quench and the flavor that I want. I do that with orange juice mostly, and apple juice. Grape juice, I still drink that pure.
Oh, I love grape juice.
Yeah.
That's a treat.
It really is. And that's when I get it, is it's a treat. I might have a grape juice maybe once a month.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
Wait, I'm thinking grapefruit. I like grapefruit juice.
Grapefruit juice is good too. I like it too.
That. Yeah.
But I can't mix water with it because it's already sour.
Yeah, I like grapefruit juice.
So yeah, I don't get that. I used to drink it all the time, but I don't drink it much anymore. Yep, good times.
Yes.
Now, speaking of... No, we're not speaking of anything. I'm just coming out of the blue with this. You were telling me that you only... Okay, hold up, folks. I sent Michelle a text today. I was like, okay, we're going to do the interview. I'm going to bake some chicken. I got some chicken thighs with rosemary, herbs on it. And it's real seasoned. And then I got a salad going here. You know, that Mediterranean salad with quinoa. We going to be grubbing healthily. She's like, well, I'll eat the salad, but I only eat fish. I'm like, what? You only eat fish. Stop. Who only eats fish? Come on, you're not vegan? Or maybe you are. What's going on there?
Well, vegans don't eat fish.
True.
Well, it was just really an experiment to see if I could go without meat for a month and two, and then it went on to 2 months, and then...
but why?
Just because...
did you hear something bad about meat? What's going on here?
No offense to meat. I just, and then you watch those documentaries about how the animals are treated, those poor animals. But really, if I'm not going to get the grass-fed, the organic every time, I figured I don't want it.
Okay.
So I just cut it out.
Because it's part of eating clean then.
Yeah, just eating clean and making sure that you're getting your stuff from a good source. So that's how it started out. And also, I'm not a big meat eater.
Okay.
You know, my husband gets on me all the time about how I eat chicken wings because I wouldn't clean the wing off good enough. So, you know, I'm not a big meat eater.
Okay.
So it wasn't that big of a challenge, except for when the wing crawl came around. Now, that's where you go around to different places and get wings.
Oh.
Now, I loved me a hot wing.
Okay.
You know, the buffalo wings.
You have to tell me about that because that is my weakness right there.
But
if I could do that once a year, girl, I'll be on my knees crawling for some wings.
So it wasn't that difficult because I love seafood. So it's easy for me to eat fish. I eat a lot of baked fish, and I try to get the wild caught fish.
Exactly. The farmers, just leave the farm fish alone, y'all.
Yeah, because they just, who knows what they feed those fish.
I just think of what's crawling in the water with the fish.
Yeah.
I just, no.
So I try to do what I can. Get the wild caught. And, you know, I bake it for the most part. Okay. And, yeah.
That's awesome.
Some good salmon.
Yeah, I love some salmon. Mm-hmm. Now, do you do other kind of seafood like scallops or mussels or shrimp?
I like shrimp. I don't cook it, though.
Okay.
But I do enjoy shrimp.
Like shrimp cocktail when you go out to eat somewhere?
Yeah, I like a good shrimp cocktail or, you know, some sauteed shrimp.
Yeah, I love oysters and mussels and
clams. The texture thing with the mussels.
Yeah.
I like to try new things, though, to test my taste buds.
Okay.
So I will try something again that maybe I just did not like, just to see if maybe my taste buds have changed.
Right. So. I do that too. And that's how I got into, I can now eat coconut and I can now drink coconut milk. Mm-hmm. Or liquid coconut flavors, and also pineapple. But I still can't eat coconut flakes because I don't like the texture of coconut in my mouth. And I still can't eat cottage cheese. I just never, I still haven't gotten over that.
Yeah, I don't do cottage cheese.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Curdled.
Yeah, it's like spoiled milk.
People just...
They love it.
Yeah.
They put stuff in it.
Like fruit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange.
I saw one lady sprinkle salt on it and just eat it. I was like,
really?
Ew. You know, to each his own. It doesn't work for my my sensibilities.
Are you gonna test your taste buds again and see if you
not
like
with cottage cheese?
No?
I mean, I'm 48.
All hope is lost for the cottage cheese.
Yes, it's not gonna happen. Cottage cheese, flan, tapioca, rice pudding, none of that. It's just not gonna. It doesn't feel right.
How do you feel about quinoa? Because that's kind of.
I love quinoa and hate couscous.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the pearled couscous?
I don't know. I just, I've had a couscous a couple times and it didn't work out.
Okay.
So I never tried it again. Now, if someone introduces it to me, I will try it again.
Okay.
Because I'm not against couscous. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a repulsive ew. It was just like, this doesn't feel right and there's no flavor.
Is it the small little
I think
grains?
It was.
Okay, because they have a pearled one that I just tried recently that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Okay. I'll have to
try that.
I'll have to give the pearlized couscous a try. Couscous. But I do like quinoa. Mm-hmm. Mostly I mix it with brown rice.
Oh.
I don't eat it plain because plain, I can't, even with broth, I can't seem to get it flavored enough for me.
Okay.
So I just mix it with brown rice.
That's a good idea.
So I do half brown rice, half couscous, mix it all up in a pot. Yeah. Put my seasonings in it with broth and we're good to go.
That's awesome.
It's been wonderful talking with you, having a glass of wine, and really looking into, goodness, the world of losing ourselves and gaining ourselves. Mm-hmm. It's a funny concept, you think about it, but taking off or losing off the old personality, the old excuses, and developing the person that you truly are inside, it's a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. It really is. And it's, it's in all of us. We all have that ideal person we'd like to be or that we look up to. But so many people forget that they can bring that person out. It's there. You just gotta lose the negative.
That's very
and
true.
What's left is the positive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm learning that now. I'm in the process of. I think it would have been easier if I would have learned that value earlier on in life. But you live and you learn.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear ya. I hear ya. All right, everybody. It has been wonderful spending time with you again. And I do appreciate you taking your time out and hanging out with us. I hope you too had your glass of wine. And I'm going to sign off right now and tell you to hit that subscribe button before I go so that you can get our next podcast. And we do have, I told you before, we've got a new series coming up. So please do subscribe and so that you can get your email notification for that. And hit that like button, give us a comment, tell us your thoughts. And until next time, keep smiling. Thank you for listening to Losing You, Gaining Yourself. You can expect an inspirational session every Monday right here on YouTube. To stay up to date with what's happening, follow me on Facebook at Losing You, Gaining Yourself, Instagram at Carlin_Newson. Get real-time updates on Twitter by following me there at Losing You, capital U, and Win. For more information, inspiration, visit and subscribe to my website at LosingYouGainingYourself at WordPress.com.